And I'm gonna hand over to Clarissa, that will do some active learning and cases.
Great, thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to take your posters and we're going to bring them to life through an activity, okay? We're going to show you that having a model that is learner-centered actually works. So here's how this goes. There's a researcher and they were experimenting with radish seeds, and they took and weighed out radish seeds into 3 different petri dishes, and there were equal masses of radish seeds in each dish. And one dish was treated with light, no water. The next dish was treated with light, with water. And the third dish was treated no light, with water. So I'm going to show you the results of the experiment after incubation in these conditions. And you should get your clicker out, and you're going to respond to the question by yourself first, okay? Then we will have a group discussion. So here are the results. What they did is they incubated the 3 different plates that were under these conditions: light, no water, light with water, no light with water. These are the results. They took these 3 dishes and put them in an oven to dry out all of the water. And then they weighed each of those dishes. So no water is involved in this because they dried out the material there. So when these were dried out and weighed, the question is, how will the dry weights of these 3 plates compare at the end of the experiment? For example, A indicates that 1 weighs less than 2, that weighs less than 3. Or C, for example, 1 weighs the same, equal to 3, that is, and both are less than 2. So work through this. First, think about it. These are your options. Okay, I'll start the poll. Remember, we don't know how each person is voting. It's anonymous. All right, we got 29. Yay! Woo! It's very important to the activity. Okay, so now what I want you to do is talk at your tables about this experiment and what you think. So go ahead and talk to your neighbor. Okay. So I need everyone to vote again, because I have my reasons. Discussion often helps. So everyone vote again, and let's see, maybe you changed your mind, maybe someone at your table convinced you otherwise.
Again.
So, yep, everyone vote again. 29 people. We don't know how you are voting. It's all anonymous.
After discussion, pasta.
Okay, now we have more people. Someone's voted twice. All right. I know you want to see the answers, right? Okay. So let's have a conversation first as an instructor. So what do you know about photosynthesis? Too much, people say.
Not too much, but I know some about it.
Okay,
In the first case, if there is no light, so there is no water, no growth. It's going to be a dry seeds.
okay,
First case. Second case, we have light, we have water, and air is available. So in this case, it is a photosynthesis, and the presence of the light is going to be a simulation of carbohydrate. So there is a gaining weight here.
okay, now hold on, let's go slow. So you're saying it comes from air, what's coming?
The carbon dioxide.
Okay, carbon dioxide. And you're making what? What's the
Making carbohydrates and the presence of the light.
Let's put glucose here. Okay. And plus oxygen, okay.
Okay.
All right, and for those of you,
And the plants will gain weight here.
and say again?
The plants, there is
Okay, so-
weight gain.
So yeah, so they're gaining weight because they're fixing the CO2 and
Exactly.
they're building carbohydrates.
Yes.
All right,
And the third case, there is no light. Maybe there is a growth because the seeds, they need a dark condition to grow. Maybe there is a growth. There is no light, there is no carbon dioxide assimilation because they need a green, maybe the growth is just an emerging of the seeds, but there is no carbohydrate assimilation.
okay, I just want to reiterate what you just said in that last part. So what's happening when you have a seed and you have water?
The seeds needs a dark condition to emerge.
Well, you get germination,
You get
and what is
germination.
in the seed changes shape.
Yes.
Okay, so it's packed in the seed, and you get a structure that comes out, and
Yes.
it looks like what's in 3, right?
Yeah.
And some plants, like radish seeds, for example, can pack in chlorophyll already,
Yes.
and so that's why these look green. So these are green. Okay, good. Now I have a question for all of you, because that was a very nice description. Why are you breathing right now? Yeah, why are you breathing?
I need an oxygen.
Cellular respiration, okay. Well, why do we need to do that? We need to get rid of CO2. We need oxygen, I'm hearing. Anabolic process, we're breaking down what?
Breaking down glucose and convert it to energy.
Okay, so we are breaking down,
And at the same time, building glycogen.
we are breaking down this and we're releasing this. You're with, is that okay?
Energy.
There's some energy there, but energy comes later, you know, through the electron transport chain. It's the proton gradient. So we're just going to put it over here. But we're talking about mass. You all told me that plants gain mass because they're fixing this and they produce this. So they gain weight. Excuse me? Yeah, they're a primary producer. That's right. So now, wouldn't it be logical that if you're breaking this down and you breathe this out, that you lose weight? Which is why we need to eat. So do plants respire? This is cellular respiration. Plants respire?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you revisit this question in the context of plants respiring? Talk at your tables. Because I'm challenging your alternate conception. I am challenging your alternate conception. Yes, last time, and I'll show you all the answers. 22, 23,
Active learning.
4 more. Better make sure it's on. All right, I'll stop it. Stubborn. Okay, first, let me show you where you started. Okay? Everyone in the, most people in the room, 55% thought it was B. Okay, then you had some discussion. Some of you changed your mind and you were very convincing. And 67% in the room thought it was B. Then we talked about what you knew already in the room. I did not put this up here without you telling me what to write. I wrote it up here, I facilitated, and then I went around to each table and asked you which plate is doing photosynthesis and which plate is doing respiration. I still did not tell you the answer. I let you discuss it, and I said draw a model at your table. Then, after that, you re-voted, and most of you voted for D. Many still stuck with B. Okay? So what is the answer? D.
C.
Okay, the answer is D. So here's how this works, is that the plate on the left, there's no light, no photosynthesis, no gain of weight. The middle plate has light, so it can add carbohydrates and gain weight. It is also respiring. It is losing some weight, but photosynthesis is very efficient, and you can see in the image that it is big, okay? However, number 3, there's no light, so you cannot have photosynthesis. The plant has water, so it has changed its structure, and the respiration makes it lose some weight. It was packed into this little seed, okay? So the point of this exercise is just to show you that I can facilitate learning and challenge your alternate conceptions. And as group discussions go along, it's much more effective than me just telling you. If I told you, you would either repeat it for an exam, or you would not change your mind. So we have to work through problems as instructors. So the Bloom's level is quite high. There are different types of questions to assess your understanding of this. This is a summative assessment. Today you should all be teaching or creating a summative assessment for what you just, your objectives are. This one gets at why do penguins lose weight when they're not eating and they're taking care of their young. And the answer is that they're losing CO2, just like plants do. So remember, research supports this, and I'm just going to take 2 minutes to walk you through an experiment, and I'm going to turn it over to the dual-use group. This is such a powerful learning tool, discussion. You must let people discuss and build their knowledge. This paper, or this research I'm going to show you, was published in Science in 2009. And the question that they asked was that do engagements like this help students learn the material, or are they simply just copying what their neighbor does? So really it's about the discussion. So what they did is they let students answer a clicker question individually, just like you did. And a certain percentage, 50%, got it correct. Then they had them discuss and answer the same question. And what they found is more would get it correct after discussion, just like what happened with you. What was interesting is they would create a new question, like the penguin question, and ask it later to the same students. And all of the students, or not all the students, but many of the students could also answer the next question. That means they learned from their peers the first time. If I ask you a question later in the week about photosynthesis and respiration, I think you probably have remembered and have learned a little bit today. They wanted to know, is it just easy questions or is it challenging questions? Easy questions, not so good for teaching one another. Medium questions, a little bit better. But where students made the best gains were when they have challenging questions like the one I posed to you, and you have to work on something together. This is when they can teach each other as a class. So the take-home message here is that peer discussion enhances understanding, even when many of the students in the discussion group really don't know the correct answer. What is really important here is that when you are giving questions in your classroom for students to engage with, they should be challenging because they will actually want to argue why they're correct, and they have to work through their understanding and their conceptions. And I just want to leave you with the idea that you don't have to use clickers. You can use pieces of paper, and I could have made you vote and taken a piece of paper that's a certain color. I think Nancy has them somewhere. And you could hold it up to your chest, and I could look around the room to see where you're at in your understanding. Another way to do, so here are the colored paper, so we could vote differently. And it's not as anonymous, but it still works. Or you can have students vote with fingers, so that works as well. Okay? So I'm just going to stop there and turn it over to the dual use group. And thank you so much for going through that exercise with me.